what needs to emerge is a third way of just loving, compassionate,
Yeah.
rational thinking. And that's really what I've been trying to dedicate my efforts towards is like it's not about picking sides here. It's about
No,
sense
no.
making in general
Indeed.
and
Indeed.
universal compassion.
I agree. I agree. On the other side, there is a very similar process in which people are confronted with a lot of anxiety because they feel threatened by the process of the mass formation. They also deal with a lot of free floating anxiety, and they connect it to a different object, to the elite, to the Illuminati, or
Right.
a small elite that would threaten them. They dehumanize this small group of people. So they have a different enemy, while the masses have as an enemy the people who refuse to conform with the masses. This the other side also creates an enemy, an object of anxiety, and in a similar way, they want to destroy this enemy. They believe that if we destroy the elite, the problem will be solved, which of course is not true.
I know.
No,
Yeah, it's
so indeed,
dehumanization on both sides. One side, there's
yes,
domestic terrorists. On the other side, there's reptilian elites
yes, yes,
and sheep. I
yeah,
mean, can talk about dehumanization? Like
yeah,
they're literally making them
yeah,
non-human, you
yeah.
know. And so we're dealing with this on both sides, and so fundamentally, like neither way is going to work. And
No,
it's a very interesting predicament because I was looking out at the world. I was like, I can't join that team, you know,
mm,
because that team is following
mm,
the same principles. They're on the same mechanism as the other team,
mm,
and I certainly can't join that team.
mm,
So what's the third team? And that's, you know, I came up with this sentiment, I call it united polarity, which is like
mm,
taking both sides with absolute reverence and reminding people that underneath all of the opinions and ideologies, there's a human, and it's a human that's
yeah,
scared, it's a human that's lonely, it's a human that wants the best for themselves
yes,
and other
yes, yes,
people
yes,
at
yes.
the fundamental level. Let's remind ourselves of that. Let's actually, instead of dehumanizing,
Yeah,
let's superhumanize them. Let's
uh,
see ourself in them. Let's see ourself in every single other person and unite the polarities, not by trying to change them, but
mm,
saying, like, look, what is the common ground by
mm,
which we all stand? And that's really through this whole process, that's the only thing that's really made sense to me. And when I
yes,
speak about it, it seems like people, maybe it's that group, that 40% in the middle, but that group in the middle is like,
no,
ah, I like that. I can stand behind that.
mm,
And so I'm hoping that, you know, in some small way, in whatever way I'm able to contribute, that can help become part of this, you know, part of
mm,
this force that mitigates some of the damage of the mass
mm.
formation leading to totalitarianism.
Yes, I hope I am part of the same force. I really hope
I
so
believe you
because
are.
yes, because I agree. There is a strong tendency to dehumanize on both sides, and that's exactly what we should avoid. We should try to identify with being someone who tries to speak as sincere as possible and who gives everybody the right to speak out his own opinion. That's being human. What makes us human is that we have the right to speak in our own way and in the way we prefer. And that's if people could unify, if people could form a group because they all identify with this position, that would be the solution to the problem we are facing. Yes.
Yeah.